Hello and welcome. I'm James Crawford, a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life, as well as a licensed optometric physician. And today, I'd like to talk to you about your health. Okay, so you and I, we live in a country where we enjoy some great blessings, I think. However, one large problem we have in the United States is that many of us experience poor health, and we do so unnecessarily. So, what do I mean by that? Well, let's look here at this PowerPoint. And you notice the obesity problem, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, as well as high cholesterol issues, all those are getting worse rather than getting better. So, what is the problem here? Well, and some of you, okay, may be in that boat today that I'm talking to. And you know what? We love you. And we're going to show you, as much as you'll allow us to, okay, how to leave that path that's taking you down toward disease and begin a new path, a path toward optimal health where you are in control. So, how exactly did we as Americans, or you as an individual, get in this mess? Okay, well, I think it's fair to say that culture is a big problem, or at least a big contributor here as to why we have these unnecessary health problems. And I'd like us to consider, as well as challenge, some incorrect concepts, okay, that we have today in our culture that are actually killing us. So this is a big one here. If you'll notice here in the United States, that even though we make up less than 5% of the world's population, we actually consume about 50% of the world's medications, last I heard. So is this a good thing, a bad thing? Well, the reality is, perhaps more than anywhere else on earth, okay, we put our faith and our fate in a pill, and we actually expect it to create health for us, which unfortunately that's not going to happen. So many of us today, okay, are hoping and searching, okay, for this magic pill or this magic supplement, something that's going to fix all of our health problems for us. So here we have in the PowerPoint this magic bullet, this magic pill that we're all searching for, so that we can take it and then we spend the rest of our time over here with these, right? And that pill resolves all of our health issues for us. Well, here's a reality, okay, that is ridiculous, honestly, for us to ignore. And it's simply this. So poor health, okay, will result from poor health habits. So if we are treating our body in a way that will hurt it, believe it or not, our body will in fact get hurt. So there's a number of ways that this poor health can manifest itself, and I've just listed a few here on the PowerPoint. Well, let's talk about some other incorrect concepts, okay, that are really hurting us here. And if you think of one, here's a man on the treadmill, and he's just chowing down on who knows what. We have this idea, okay, that we can eat whatever we want, we can treat our body however we want, and if we will exercise enough, that all of a sudden we'll be healthy. So here's the reality. We cannot simply undo all the harm that we're doing or putting in or upon our bodies simply by being extremely active physically. It does not work that way. Again, if we'll go back to here, those poor health habits, eventually, whether it's today, whether it's several weeks from now, whether it's several years from now, poor health will be the result. And here's another one here. So some of us think that our appearance, okay, can justify us really abusing, okay, our body or eating however we want. So here we have a gal. To me, she looks like she's a healthy weight at least, and yet she's in the doctor's office and she doesn't look very happy. So the reality of it is just because we're at a healthy weight does not mean we can eat whatever we want or that we can do whatever we want to our body. Poor health will still manifest itself even if it's not in weight gain. So this reminds me a little bit of myself just a couple years back, actually. So I was not overweight, but I ended up visiting a number of doctors' clinics, try to figure out what was going on with my heart. It was a scary experience for me. So I had EKG, or also known as ECG. I performed on my heart a couple times, try to figure out what was going on, as well as a stress test on the treadmill. And this was frightening enough for me, okay, that it shook me up a bit. And fortunately, I had an idea what to consider. And this was before I knew anything about Take Shape for Life or Dr. Anderson. And I evaluated how I was treating my body, or what I was putting into my body, and I made some drastic changes. And my health, imagine that, improved. So how do you think of you in your own circumstance? How do you get to the point, okay, where you understand what you need to know, okay, to really take control of your health and really become master of your own health? Well, you could become a nutritionist. You can go to school several years and learn about nutrition. Then you can go through a medical program, and then you can spend a lot of time online doing research of your own. Or much easier, much more realistic way is that you can actually listen up, and you can learn about Take Shape for Life, and simply use Dr. Anderson's program, and which provides you with a wealth of information, okay, that's at your fingertips. So I want to share a little funny video here. So it's kind of about taking responsibility. So we need to take responsibility. And I remember as a child chewing bubble gum, and chewed it to the point where my jaw hurt, and I went up to my aunt and mother and said, you know, my jaw hurts, and my aunt just said, you poor thing. Well, what did I have to do to get my jaw back to normal? All I had to do, okay, was stop chewing the gum. And this is may sound silly, but the best way to stop hurting ourselves, okay, is to stop hurting ourselves. And on that same note, the best way to become healthy is to actually be healthy. Imagine that. So let's go ahead and watch this little video here.
It's just, there's all this pressure, you know? And sometimes it feels like it's right up on me, and I can just feel it, like literally feel it in my head, and it's relentless. And I don't know if it's going to stop. I mean, that's the thing that scares me the most, is that I don't know if it's ever going to stop.
Yeah. Well, you do have a nail in your head.
It is not about the nail.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, I'll bet if we got that out of there...
Stop trying to fix it.
No, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just pointing out that maybe the nail is causing...
You always do this. You always try to fix things when what I really need is for you to just listen.
See, I don't think that is what you need. I think what you need is to get the nail
See, you're
out.
not even listening now.
Okay, fine. I will listen. Fine.
It's just, sometimes it's like there's this achy, I don't know what it is. And I'm not sleeping very well at all. And all my sweaters are snagged. I mean, all of them.
That sounds really hard.
It is. Thank you. Ow!
Oh, come on. Ow. If you would just...
Don't...
Try to see things my way.
Humorous video. So we're never like that, right? Or in reality, maybe we'd like to dance around the real issue of what's causing our poor health. And do we like to look elsewhere, maybe, and try to blame other things? Well, I hope that each of you, okay, from today can just kind of evaluate your own situation here and try to take a little bit greater responsibility for your health. If there's anything that I could leave with you today, it's what's on this slide right here. And it's a really simple principle that if we want the optimal health then what we need to do is to live healthy habits. So it basically comes down to the choices that we make each day. And no one else or nothing else can create your health or your optimal health, but you can. So let's take responsibility and take action. I really would like to thank Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson as a great example of this, not only in his own life, but also reaching out to other people and showing us how we can do the same. And I also like to thank all the health coaches out there who are making such a great difference for people and helping them to understand that they can help themselves. So we can do this. Let's do it. Let's improve our health. Let's get America healthy. And why not start today?